Hello, Wolverines fans. Welcome to another spring football game. I'm your announcer, Javi Hernandez, and the spring game is starting without a kickoff. We are heading into the first play right now. And it is a drop pass to number 1. Number 2, the QB, started last year in a 4-5 season for South Dade. The Buccaneers going against Belen Jesuit, who last year had a pretty successful season, but losing a lot of key starters. We are looking at number 10, Jarvis Johnson, on the left side of the end there. The sophomore who had a great season last year, well over 10 sacks. He's a junior this year, and he's got 2 more years to play with the Wolverines. We did not lose much on defense other than linebacker Addison Arnold. And the run is to the outside and to the right, and he's going to pick up 8 yards on the play. That is big man number 33. Talking with the players, it's the number 1 player to fear on this team, at least on the offense. A big running back, he bowls over all the defenders. Heading into the next play, it's a screen pass again, this time to the far left. And he's running by everybody. Number 15 trying to make the tackle, but he's getting by him. He's going to score a touchdown on the 3rd play of the game. Stefan Borrero, a wide receiver and defensive back, had the best chance to get him, but was not able to. An excellent block by the outside receivers is able to seal the edge and get number 4 the sideline as he's able to make his way into the end zone.
Holding against the offense.
And it is now a penalty against the offense. They're going to have to take this back. And a lucky break for the Wolverines. A 60-yard touchdown. Huge. And we don't know how this offense is going to look. I mean, this is a brand new offensive system. It's in its first game here today with a brand new offensive coordinator. We'll talk about that later. But you don't want to give up a ton of points here in your home spring game.
Play will be replayed over.
We're going to replay that play over. We're looking at a 5 out of 4 receiver set here. The big running back is to the right of the quarterback. 1 man in motion. The quarterback keeps it. He fakes it. Makes a man miss. He's taking off downfield. Slides. And he looks hurt. Struggling on the way up. And he's going to sit down for a moment. That was Victor Torres who fell for the fake. A great move by the quarterback, but might have cost him. And a scary-looking injury, a pulled muscle, possibly.
There is a flag on the play, however. We'll see who's against.
And after all that, there is a flag on the play again. We'll see who it is against. The ref's still discussing. South Dade has gone back to the line of scrimmage. The Belen defense is to where the play ended. The Belen defense will head to the sideline, recollect with Don and the coaches as South Dade huddles up with one coach. You know, spring is an opportunity for you to give all different players opportunities. Belen is looking to get every player in the game here today, but you don't want to get in your backup quarterback on the first drive. This is horrible for South Dade and not great for Belen as you're not able to see how you're going to perform against a starting quarterback of a team. This injury is very concerning. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back shortly after the injury. We're back. As you see the quarterback being helped out by multiple trainers on his way off the field. The South Dade lineup has gone onto the field and is sticking with the 4-receiver set. 3 receivers to the top. Quarterback number 5 is coming in. They're keeping in the big running back. You're going to imagine they're going to start off with a running play here. Unfortunate for Belen, as the South Dade offense was performing well despite the penalties. And you want to go up against a challenge, especially during the spring game, to see what you got to fix up. And losing a starting quarterback, especially one who is playing well on the other team, that could hurt this team's preparation as they head into the next season. The handoff is to the big running back, and the tackle is made immediately. That is number 60, the big man, the D tackle, Davion Dixon, going into his sophomore year next year. Don't confuse him. He is just a freshman this year, and a soon-to-be rising sophomore. He's a rising sophomore on our stacked defensive line, featuring Gavin Schmarslin, Jarvis Johnson, Davion Dixon, and number 99, Andres Rionda, who often cycles out with multiple other defensive linemen like Javier Rito. Another running play. Almost looks like he lost balance there. Nobody's able to bring him down, though. Lowers his shoulder. That's Stefan Borrero getting lower and being able to tackle the big guy. A lot of word, a lot of chatter about this running back and how they're going to stop him. That is Williams, the running back. And we're expecting to see him have a lot of big plays, knock down a lot of guys, and be a big presence here in the red zone today if they're able to get there. First down and 10. South Dade, they got 3 receivers to the right, near side of the field. Back to the right, and another receiver to their left. It's another screen pass. Marcelin almost jumped it. Looks like it hit the floor. They're calling an incomplete pass. And a smart play by Gavin Schmarslin. Makes his way around the edge. He actually switches with Jarvis Johnson. Now he's playing the left side. He's going to the strong side where there's more receivers. We have 3 receivers on the near side of the field again. And there's a penalty on South Dade. We're going to replay first down. But Gavin Schmarslin noticed that, switched with Jarvis Johnson, made his way quickly around the tackle, contested the pass, forced a bad pass. A man in motion. It's a handoff right up the middle. Just about 2.5 yards on the play. The stop was by Andres Rionda and the defensive tackle, Davion Dixon, who's making his way up. As soon as Davion Dixon stepped onto the field, he was a starter. His size is huge, and he was an immediate impact in his first practice. Everybody could tell that he was going to be a star with Belen. They've been sticking with the same set this entire drive. 3 receivers to the right and a receiver to the left. Running back to the quarterback's strong side. He's going to set back to pass. And it's a curl to number 1, who breaks a tackle. Number 28 was not able to wrap up. But that is number 30 and 33. Number 30, that is, I think that is Omar Ortega. And 33, Chanley Pierre. That is Lucas Avino, number 30, sorry. And Omar Ortega. We have 2 number 30s. I think that is Omar Ortega with the tackle. And Lucas Amaya missed the tackle. Elusive moves by number 1, who's on the right side now. He's got a one-on-one situation. Let's see if they go to him here. They do, but it's a run. It's number 33, who immediately stiff-arms someone. Gets to the outside, only able to pick up a couple yards, though. Despite having a lot of power, he's not very fast. He's not going to get very far. And a good tackle, that was A.J. Balsera. It was a 3-yard gain on the play. We're looking at second down and 7. Changing up the set now. We have a wide receiver at the wing position, 2 to the left. Let's see if this man goes in motion. He does. Going out in the flat, they're going to give it to him, a one-hand catch. Going upfield, he slips and falls. They're going to mark him down after a gain of 2. You notice they're keeping a 3-receiver set all drive. They all of a sudden change out of it for one play. They put one of those receivers in the wing spot, and he gets the ball immediately. I think all the coaches saw that coming from a mile away. We got 3 receivers now on the near side of the field. The running back on that side as well. 3rd down and 6. Quarterback feeling the pressure. He's sacked by Davion Dixon, rushing up the middle. Pressure by Gavin Schmarsland and Andres Rionda forced the quarterback to step up right into Davion Dixon. And we're now looking at a 4th down, 4th and 11. What does South Dade opt to do here?
11 yards to go. And they're in punting formation.
4th and 11. They are in punting formation.
Cameron Owens.
Jansen Wallace in the back. No, they're going to send out Victor Perez to return. Wallace now going to move to the gunner spot. Perez standing on the 10. The punter on the 45. There will be no rush as the punt sails into the end zone. And we'll have 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line for the Wolverines. We're going to a break. We'll be back when the Wolverines have the ball. Back onto the field, or onto the field for the first time, I should say, the Belen offense. Take a look at the first play here. 2 receivers, they're going out passing formation. They're throwing it wide open, number 3. He catches the low pass. And he catches it. He's going to fall on the 41, 42-yard line. That's Bryce Fitzgerald standing beside Jansen Wallace. He just ran right by his man, not much to it. Andres Miares, a nice pass, able to drop it right in. And Bryce Fitzgerald, who last year started playing on JV, a 9th grader, or this year I should say, earlier this year, and now in spring he's starting. Getting the first pass of the game, a big play downfield. Got 2 backs in the backfield. One of them, Kamani Alexander. They won't give it to him. It's number 45, right up the middle, who picks up 12 to 13 on the play. Number 45 is Darian Torres. A change in position now at fullback. For a long time, he's been a defensive tackle. Known for doing the Belen jumping jacks here on the team. And he is now switching to fullback, and a great run right up the middle. First run of his career. And Darian Torres will stay in. Receiver to the left is Bryce Fitzgerald. To the right is number 14, Nico Smith. Stepping up to the line. And it looks like we're going to have a jump. Possibly a false start, though. It is going to be a false start. As Daniel Dijak, number 65, also on JV at the start of this year. Now up to the starting right tackle. with the loss of an O-lineman, Ian Johnson. As you see Darian Torres hustling off the field here. He's got heart for the game, and he's one of the best leaders for this team, along with Andres Miades. But Nico Smith, who is in, he's going to play on the right here. Nope. Maybe. He's going to play on the left side of the field here, playing his first game since last year where he broke his leg. Horrible injury. We got trips on the left, receiver up at the top. And it's going to be a passing play. One man makes it past the line of scrimmage, throws it. Nico Smith wide open. He drops the pass.
Number 14, Nico Smith. Incomplete second down.
So Nico Smith, with the loss of Robbie Lizama, he's likely to start this year. But not a good first play. We know he has talent. We saw what he did last year. Just a sophomore. Sitting in the open spot, just dropped the pass. Miata is known for throwing strong passes. He's got a big arm. That might have been the cause of it. Not feeling the game pressure in his first game back. He's got to adapt to it. Mistakes like that you make here in spring. Got two receivers to the left, one to the right. Vic Perez in the slot. Bryson Wallace on the outside. Perez in motion. It's a low snap. Gonna give it to Alexander. Kamani going right up the middle. Breaks a couple tackles. He's gonna make it to the 20. And a nice run. Check this instant replay here. Kamani Alexander. It's a low snap. We're gonna see this motion in just a moment. Motion comes in, low snap. Good job by Miatis to get it to Alexander. One man pulling on his jersey. He's still able to get by. Lean forward, fall forward. A very important thing. Kamani Alexander taking a page out of Ruiz's game, a senior who would always fall forward. Even in a play where he would get stopped at the line of scrimmage, he would fall forward, picking up a yard or two, which was huge for the team. Something that separates Derrick Henry from all the other running backs. Kamani's got that Derrick Henry-like size. Going right up the middle. That's Miatis on the quarterback sneak. Getting the push from Darian Torres and Kamani Alexander from the back. The question is it a first down? It is. They're going to give him the first down. Great call by the coaches here. A brand new offensive coordinator. And the new offensive coordinator, actually, the offensive line coach and the offensive coordinator now. So you're going to see he's focusing a lot on this O-line and what they're doing. He'll be changing out these O-linemen you would expect. But we're looking at the receivers here. On the left and on the right, we got one receiver and a tight end. Jason Felix, the tight end here, to the right. Miatis dropping back, looking for, he was looking for Bryce Fitzgerald, who didn't turn around. A miscommunication, probably an option route. Had an option to either run a curl or go to the end zone. Bryce wanted it all. Miatis wanted to settle. And as Miatis threw it short, Bryce continued running, almost an interception. Could have been a disaster, especially in the red zone. The Wolverines did well here last year. A lot of times, Kamani Alexander was just able to punch it in. We're looking at an interesting wide receiver set. We did not have either of these receivers at the end of the year last year. We looked at Lizama and Vic Perez. Neither of them in now. Kamani Alexander, a nice move. He's going to get to the outside and into the end zone for a touchdown. Wolverines. The first touchdown of the season belongs to the big man, Kamani Alexander. The back, we're going to check the instant replay here. Makes it around, a nice block by Torres. Nice move, and he just runs right by the rest of them. A really nice block by Bryce Fitzgerald as well at the receiver position. Those receiver blocks are extremely underrated. That's what coaches love. And that is going to allow Kamani Alexander to score. You're going to see a lot more of those this season, possibly another one this game. They love giving the ball to him. And the extra point, that is number 22, Adrian Mueller. His first kick here on Varsity. There will be no rush. He'll take his time. Kick is up. Kick is good. Adrian Mueller last year on JV, was a defensive back, kicker, and a punter. Well, he was the backup kicker last year. So it goes from being the backup JV kicker to the starting varsity kicker, scoring his first points of the season on the extra point. As you can see, a lot different of a style here. Very little rush, no rush on the extra points. No kickoffs, no punts, really. Just going to be a punt, no rush. So the spring game here is different. Obviously, nobody wants to get injured. Now that quarterback is out for South Dade. He's still out. Give you an update on him as soon as we can. They're giving it to the running back. He gets by Marcelin, but is only able to get a yard. There's number 99 and 60, Rionda and Davion Dixon making the play. You're going to hear those names a lot today. Only a 2-yard gain. We're at 2nd down and 8. Our corners here are Omar Ortega and Lucas Amaya here on the near side. On the far side, that's Jansen Wallace, star cornerback. You know him. You love him. He was here last year, had pick 6, huge pick 6. And at safety, we have Stefan Borrero, who is a wide receiver and a defensive back. He's one of the fastest guys on this team. Oh, but what a juke move. The run to the left. That's number 3, who's been in the wing a couple times in this game. They actually give it to him for the first time here in this game, and it works out. A juke move. Stefan Borrero has been caught multiple times by these moves. Thank goodness we have a player like Jansen Wallace. His track speed is going to come in handy. One of the top 400 runners in Florida. He's going to be able to chase plenty of players down this season. Possibly stopping big breakaway runs. It's a screen slant option. Overthrown. That was number 1. Stefan Borrero on the coverage. Good coverage. It was layered right on him. The pass was high. Feet or 2 above his head.
2nd down and 10.
Didn't go for it. He saw lurking Omar Ortega, the safety. The sophomore who played last year. But we also saw some of Kamani Alexander at the running back position and safety position last year. So let's see if he's going to play again today. AJ Balsera in motion to the left side. Three receivers set. One of them in motion behind the quarterback. They're going to give it to him. Number 10, trying to get around Balsera. He loses his helmet, and the play's going to be called dead. And possibly a late hit by Gavin Schmarslin. A lot of words out, but no flag. More of a tap. But AJ Balsera saw it coming, made the play. A loss of 3. And we're going to take a quick pause here. Just starting the second quarter now. Flipping field on the 45-yard line. South Dade with the ball. Third and a lot to go. 13 to be exact. On the near side of the field, you got 3 receivers. Number 4, 10, and 13. On the far side, You have number 1, who's up against Jansen Wallace, our top cornerback. Top cornerback against their top receiver. The quarterback rolling out to his left. He's going to throw it. Caught by number 10, who's immediately tackled by Stefan Borrero.
Ball is caught by number 10, Jordan Gerald.
Number 10 does a great job sitting in the open zone, but Stefan has done a really good job. He's been targeted a lot this game as he was last season. He's new to the cornerback position, but he's been playing well. He's been taking it well. He does a good job there. He's forcing a 4th down here.
And 5.
It's going to be 4th and 5. There's some confusion here on whether they have their punting unit out or their offensive unit out. Perez is now running out, realizing it's a punt. The punt is up. Perez trying to field it. He does on the 13-yard line. Instead of opting to let it roll into the end zone or taking that chance, he catches it, plays it safe, lands on the 13. Belen offense is back out on the field, and we're finally seeing some Zach Sunderland here on the near side of the field. It's a fake handoff. Or no, it is a handoff. I did not catch to who that was. A lot of trickery. I think that was Darian Torres there with the carry. A play to forget, really. Lost 5 yards on the play.
The first guy to get there.
The Wolverines now, the new offense, West Coast offense, similar to what the San Francisco 49ers use. So we're going to need to see, what are they going to do? We see some San Francisco 49er-like plays. A really successful offense. Made its way all the way to the conference finals this year, the NFC finals. There's going to be a flag on the play. We're going to see what that is. It's a false start. Miatas to head back. Got to huddle up. Half the distance to the goal. Inside the 10 now. 2nd down and about 16, 17 yards to the first down. This is what we want to see. Is Belen going to play it safe, go for a little run here? They're going to take a shot. Try to get the first down here. They're going to play aggressive. We've got the 7-0 lead, but it is just the 2nd quarter. At the top of the field there, I think that's number 85, TJ James, sophomore. The low snap to Miatas. It hits the floor, gives it to number 1, who makes his way around. That's Anthony Rubio, who was just trying to get out of the end zone. Barely does. Ends up on the 4-yard line. The running game has been unsuccessful right now on this drive. This whole possession has been a mess for the Wolverines. Keeping some of the starting wide receivers on the sideline. And we're going to see what Wolverines dial up here. We do see 2 familiar receivers coming in here. And now a timeout by the Wolverines. We'll be back after the timeout. Wolverine offense back out onto the field here. Jason Felix heading to the sideline. We got a 4 wide receiver set. 5 receiver set. 3 on the near side. Rubio is one of the receivers. Farthest one into the slot. He's running a screen pattern. It's a quick slant over to Bryce Fitzgerald, who's already making big plays. He's a player that's not scared of contact. He wants the contact. He's not scared to go over the middle. He loves doing that. That's where he shines. He's got great speed, great size. One of the fastest players on this team, along with Jansen Wallace. Both the receivers were here to see the first Wolverines punt. A returning punter, though, Noah Zumbano. And Luke Samaya running late out onto the field. Zumbano sets a punt. There is no rush. Long snapper, we think that is Michael Delgado. Or Joey Toledo. It is Delgado. And it goes all the way to the 48-yard line. The defense heads out onto the field, and we will be back. We're looking at 4 wide receivers here, 2 on each side. It's a deep shot immediately. Number 4, battling against Omar Ortega, who immediately raises his hands, worrying a pass interference. No flags will fly. That was number 4, streaking down the field. 30 yards. Despite being a backup QB, he's not done a bad job here. Completed a couple passes. He just seems to be a lot weaker in terms of running. The starting QB, number 2, has not made his way back into the game. We are yet to see him. Number 5 here has kept in, done a good job, but they're still at 0 points. Handoff to the big man. He's taking it right up the middle. He's got to pick up a first down immediately. You'd be surprised he's making some moves out here. 31 and 33 with the tackle ball, Sarah and Pierre. He's a big guy. He's got to be over 200 pounds. Surprisingly elusive, making some moves, talking to a lot of players this week about the game. There was one player to worry about on defense, one player to worry about on offense. This is the player on offense. This man right here, he has gotten the ball quite a bit, been quite successful. Hasn't gotten anything more than 15 yards on a run, though. We actually don't have access to South Dade's stats last year, so we would look at that. But from what we know, he played last year, and he did a good job, clearly. But here, he's not going to do anything. Stopped immediately at the line of scrimmage. Gavin Marcelin there to make the play. He got some help from the rest of the D-line, who pushed the O-line. And it looks like he's going to pick up about half a yard. Three receivers set to the left. One to the right. Looks like it's going to be a passing play. They're throwing it deep. They're testing Wallace. Over the top. Is that going to be a catch? It's going to be incomplete. What a play by Jansen Wallace. We're going to check that instant replay. Let's check that out. A great battle there. Number 1 versus number 7. 2 players with great speed, tracking down the ball. Wallace gets his hand between both of number 1's hands. He's able to make the pass breakup. 3rd down. We do know that this backup quarterback is not scared of taking deep shots. These 2 quarterbacks seem awfully close to each other. There is a penalty. They're going to step up. It's going to go down to the Wolverines. 29. 1st and 10. And Wallace remains on number 1. 2 receivers to the left. Got 1 on the wing. That's number 3 on the wing. And a receiver in the back. Sorry, a running back in the back who gets it, takes it, picks up nothing. And that was Jarvis Johnson this time on the opposite side of Gavin Schmarslin making this play. There's definitely a bright spot in this team. It's the D-line, and they're going to be here for quite a while. They've got 2 years left, most of them. Davion Dixon in the middle has 3 years left. And we're cycling through that 4th man there. Often it's Andres Rionda, Javier Brito. But today it's going to be Andres Rionda. And oh, a sack. He lost the ball. We got it. The Wolverines have it. That was Davion Dixon forcing it loose and jumping on it. Number 66 is Sarmiento, Michael Sarmiento. Big Mike, they call him. Coming in and he jumps on the ball. A junior this year. Seeing playing time, and he jumps on the ball. Great play. Wolverines back onto the field. Miatis at quarterback. Looks like we have a couple receivers in there. Bryce Fitzgerald, who has had an incredible game. Of course, he's just a freshman. And Jason Felix is the tight end. To the left, we have another receiver. Can't tell who that is. Either Zach Sunderland or Nico Smith. And we're having a stoppage here. A penalty on the offense. They're going to need to back up about 5 yards. Delay of game it was. We're going to look at a 1st and 15, keeping the same set out. The Wolverines scored early, have not scored since. Let's see what they do here. Looking at the same formation. Move the receivers in a bit tighter, though. 2 running backs in the back. They're going to give it to Rubio, number 1. And he's stuffed almost immediately by 2 big linebackers. Number 13, I think 19. Rubio taking it to the right. Nice little sweep. Lead blocker was Darian Torres. He picked up somebody else. O-line missed a block, but I think Darian Torres was supposed to pick up one of those linebackers, allow Rubio to get a one-on-one. And we're going to have a personal foul on the Wolverines, and that's going to be declined. So 2nd and 15 here. Miatis makes his way back out. We have Bo now onto the field as the back. Bo, a popular figure here. Everybody seems to love him. He's a big running back. You're going to see a lot of him in the red zone this season. He's got surprising speed. One of the fastest players on the team, almost able to keep up with Jansen Wallace. And that is Nico Smith on the left. On the right, you have Bryce Fitzgerald. Handoff Miatis up the middle. That's the fullback. Darian Torres. Another run. So he makes his way. He's starting off on offense, first time in his career. And he's doing great. He's doing a great job at fullback. He's had some explosive plays. Of course, hustling on and off the field like he's known for. But let's talk about Nico Smith. Nico Smith broke his leg last year, comes back, and now he's here on the field on the top of your screen with Bryce Fitzgerald. He's got some speed. He's got some size. He has to fill in the shoes of Robbie Lizama, senior, who was our top receiver last year. Beatis' favorite target. Now he's going to throw it to Alexander. No, he's throwing it to Smith. It's low. It's caught. But it's going to be an incomplete. Hit the floor. Good dive for the ball, but we're going to look at a fourth down here. Offense is going to have to make their way off the field. Still seeing a lot of the same varsity guys. Today you're going to see every single player there on the sideline. A lot of middle schoolers, a lot of 8th graders, and a lot of JV players. And this is their time to shine. This one they can show. This is their last opportunity to show that they can be on varsity. So next opportunity is going to be next fall. That is quite a while away, and they're going to have only a couple games. It's going to take them a couple games to move up. The punt is to 35. Noah Zumbano, 2 punts, 2 good punts. South Dade's going to take it at their own 35 when we're back. We got 4 receivers, 1 in motion. Around the back of the quarterback, a little orbit. And the quarterback keeps it. No, he fumbled it. It was a bad exchange. Recovered by the Wolverines. I think that's 99, Andres Rionda, who recovered it. A messed up exchange here. Who was supposed to keep it, the quarterback or the running back? We'll never know. He lost it there, jumping on it. Andres Rionda, you can see the reactions from the bench. A lot of frustration. So one play, South Dade has the ball. They give it right back. And we're looking at the same lineup that went out last time. Was not able to do much. The Wolverines offense has had little success since that touchdown drive. We're looking at a couple new receivers. Trips on the bottom here. Miatis, low snap. He's got 2 rushers coming in. He just throws it out of bounds, makes a smart play. And Miatis, obviously just a sophomore, but earlier this year he made a lot of mistakes. And he has grown. You can see it there. A lot of times he would have forced that pass, and he has been working in the offseason at getting better. He's got the talent. And there's going to be a flag there, but Miatis made the smart play. He threw it out of bounds. We think it's going to be intentional grounding, possibly. As grounding, as it did not make its way all the way out of bounds. Well, 2 rushers came in. One of those, Shumby Humphrey, was supposed to block. I think he got confused because there's obviously not supposed to be 2 rushers in the backfield, so he didn't know which one to block. Now, he ended up blocking none of them, which is a big thing that the coach is always talking about. Don't hesitate. You gotta commit to one thing, and he failed to do that. The left tackle looks like they missed their block, or maybe a pulling guard. But we're looking at the same set as last time. Got 3 receivers on the bottom. Low snap. Possibly looking at the same play here. And he was looking for TJ James. That was 85, Tyler James, a sophomore. And Tyler James has a lot of talent. He did not see a lot of field time last year. But he has got good speed. He's working on it. And he's got great hands, some of the best on this team. So the intentional grounding includes a loss of down. So we're now going to look at a second down. And, whoa, that is a lot. I'm not even going to try to guess what that is. It is second down and a lot. Wolverines likely to just play it safe here. Got 2 receivers, 2 running backs, and a tight end. Miatis hands it off right up the middle. That was Darian Torres, another carry. Looking for the first down, cuts it from 2nd and 40 to 3rd and 37. Nice little run there by Darian Torres, won't help him out much. As Bo makes his way off the field. Talking to the running back coaches here about what went wrong, a lot of penalties. Wolverines likely to just run it here. Give it to Alexander or Torres. Maybe a screen pass down below to Sunderland. He's got a lot of cushion that cornerback is giving him. And they were going for a pass. It's a false start. So it was 3rd down and a lot. Becomes 3rd down and a lot more. They're going to drop back 5 yards. Number 55, the O-lineman making his way off the field. That's Aiden Martinez. It's been a great O-lineman for us. He is now essentially he's one of our top O-linemen. He's gone on a lot of recruiting trips. And a timeout by Belen. They're going to see how they're going to attack this 3rd down. Back out onto the field here. Sticking with the set. He's going to give it to Torres, who we talked about being a defensive lineman, not able to make the adjustment there. But we think the pass was short by Miatis and a bit behind him. Had a decent rush there coming at him. The Wolverines will punt once again. Still in the 2nd quarter. Just a bit over 3 minutes to go in the 2nd quarter. And Zumbano to punt. No rush, as we mentioned. And an unsuccessful possession by the Wolverines, as they'd be lucky to punt it where they started this drive. Supano's punt will land on the 37. That was ahead of where the Wolverines recovered the fumble. So the Wolverines punt and lose yards on that possession. Penalties killed us there. And we're going to see if the defense can help us out once again, giving us good field position. Offense making their way back out onto the field. We're seeing some new faces on the other team there. Number 14 on his own now on the bottom of the screen. 3 receivers up top. Dade has kept the same formation almost all game. No fumble on the exchange here. Just a 3-yard pickup. So the same play that they ran when they fumbled, they get it right this time. Pick up 2 to 3 yards. Out comes number 54, Joey Toledo. Lucas Amaya, Chanley Pierre, move over to the right side of your screen. To the bottom of your screen, sorry. 3 receivers near side of the field. 1 on a bubble. They're going to hand it off anyway. And pushing forward. Doing a great job with that. We're looking at a 3rd and 2.
3rd down and 3 yards.
A lot of big old linemen and a big running back going right up the middle. You imagine if they get in a goal line situation, they're just going to try to punch it in. And I don't know how they'd fail. Other than that fumble, they've done a good job just taking it up the middle. A couple of them have exploded for big runs. A couple 10-yarders, 11-yarders. 3 receivers on the near side. This time, number 1 is going to take it. And an interesting formation. A really interesting formation. The snap directly to number 1. Who's obviously not the quarterback. And that goes wrong in every possible way. So 4th down and 8 now. We're looking to punt. Just a bit over a minute to go, a minute 8 to be exact. Clock is ticking. Dade holding on to it. A minute now. The punt, the ball hits the ground. The punt is up and fielded at the 32. 49.8 seconds in this quarter. Will the Wolverines kneel or will they try to go downfield? Let's see what they do. Coming back out, we have trips on the bottom of your screen. Nobody in the backfield with Miatis. 2 on the top. Kamani Alexander is one of those. They've run this play earlier in the game. It was closer to the goal line, and that ball is just going to go right out of bounds. Right over Kamani Alexander's head. The throw a bit high, 45 seconds to go. Wolverines just going to be working on their quick passing game. On the near side of the field, you had Wallace, Felix, and Alexander, all students who came in 9th grade. And now on the near side of your field, you have Vic Perez and Bryce Fitzgerald. Perez in the slot. They're running the same play, they just flipped it. They're going to Perez and it's behind him. There was 4 defenders in the area. Perez started to go in. The ball started to go out. So they run the same play twice in a row. They just flip it. The same bubble screen to Alexander. Doesn't work out. They move on. They throw it to Perez, and it goes over his head. They're changing the formation here, at least changing out the players. And they're going to change the formation. 2 backs, a tight end, 2 receivers, 1 on each side. Miatis a snap. He's just going to go for the handoff. But Torres is going to take it up. He wants to continue this drive. He took a shot. And he's going to get the first down, though. 32 seconds to go. So a race against the clock here. The clock is now running. 27 seconds and counting. Miatis to snap it with 21. The handoff to Torres again. He bounces off a tackle. Nice little move. Lowers his shoulder. 14 seconds as he lands on the 46. A timeout by the Wolverines. 12.5 seconds. Cheney knows Miatis can throw it all the way to the end zone. Let's see if they go 5 personnel and send him all the way to the end zone. Can the O-line hold their blocks for that long? Maybe they give it short to Wallace or Fitzgerald, try to have him make some moves. Let's see what they do when we're back. Hearing the music in the background, there's our DJ, Marco Rubio. He's a senator and now a part-time DJ. Caught you by surprise there, didn't it? 2 receivers on the near side of the field here. They're sending them deep. They have speed. Wallace and Fitzgerald. Doesn't matter. Miatis is sacked. 5 seconds. They're not going to call the timeout. The clock is going to run out. End of the second quarter. And they stuck with 1 QB for the whole half. Are they going to switch it up? They most definitely will, but when will that happen? You've got quarterbacks, Fraga and Musi. Fraga played JV last year. Musi did not play, but we've seen Musi. He has talent. Musi's an accurate quarterback. He's really good. Let's see what we can get out of him. And Fraga, of course, has the experience. We're going to have an interesting quarterback competition in the second half. Back with the third quarter, the Wolverines starting with the ball. Miatis the handoff. Right up the middle. And he got tackled immediately. Multiple missed blocks on the left side of the offensive line. The offensive line, obviously a new bunch of guys having its fair share of issues today. An injured player on the field. Daniel Dijak has moved up to left tackle or left guard, taking up Ian Johnson's place, the senior who's just now recently graduated. And he's had his issues with the O-line here. Stepping up from JV. He's a big guy. He's got a lot of potential. But he's been put under the big lights. And a lot of weight has been put on his shoulders. The left tackle, arguably the most important position on the offensive line. And this injury is scary. He's now starting to get up. Getting a hand as he makes his way off the field. I think that's number 44. A linebacker, an outside linebacker who came in on the rush there. A good play, but sad to see him injured. We see the offense making their way back out. We'll have two receivers on the near side. That's Smith in the slot. Bryce on the outside. We have Felix as the tight end. Strong side is your near side. Miatis has two backs behind him. One of them, Torres, playing the fullback position. They're going to give it to the other back. That looks to be number 20, Christian Soto. First touch of the day. He's run track before. He's got good speed. He works out a lot. He's a really big guy. Not super tall, but he's really buff, really strong. So two shorter but bigger backs out on the field now. A lot more power running. How does that do with this new West Coast offense that we're looking at? The San Francisco 49ers use. A team that has a lot more elusive, fast running backs. Soto has that speed that we can see work well here. Wide receiver on each side. The ball's down. Soto and Miatis immediately jump on it. And a bad snap, but despite the fact that it's a bad snap, it's good for the team to see how your quarterback and your running back reacted, especially a backup like Soto, who's not even a starter, immediately knew to jump on the ball. Doesn't get a lot of reps, and instead of picking it up and trying to make a play to get himself in the starting position or move himself up the depth chart, he makes a play for the team. He hops on the ball with Miatis. That's what the coaches love to see. And good job by Miatis as well. Miatis is getting better every game. The punt is up by Zumbano. That'll make its way to the 49-yard line on the Wolverines side. South Dade will start it on the Wolverines territory. We have a couple new faces here coming in on defense. One of those, number 25, Amari Irving. That's right, the safety. He's just an 8th grader, or he's just going to be an 8th grader next year, 7th grader this year. He played the last game with JV, played some running back, now on defense. Quarterback Stefan Borrero, getting a lot of reps in today. He's on your near side. He's gotten a lot of targets today. He's getting in a lot of work. He's going to have a lot of film to watch. Amaya, the outside linebacker, who's guarding the slot receiver number 3. So we're going to have Trips, Chanley Pierre moving to get the slot. All the way on the top of your field, 14 on 7. Wallace is guarding him. Oh, it's up. Oh, it's caught on the tip. Oh, my goodness. A lot happened there. If we can look at the replay, we're going to see exactly who jumped it. I think that was that was Amaya who jumped the pass. And the tackle made by Omar Ortega. Wallace, Pierre, and Irving right around him, ready to make the tackle if he missed. Omar Ortega, a leader on this team. leads the stretches. And don't question him just because of his size. He's a great safety. He's a great leader. He's calling out plays here in the from the back. Doing a great job. You got 3 receivers on the short side of the field. Interesting look. 1 guy in motion. He's going around the quarterback. It's a handoff to the big guy. He takes it up. He picks up 4 yards on the play. And Amaya's got his hands up. A flag on the field. Struggling to pick it up. And now he tosses it. Took him 3 tries to pick it up. Even hit the player. Ref having his own troubles there. But we're going to wait to see what the call is. Personal foul on the offense. So Amaya draws the penalty there. Amaya also a wrestler. Spends a lot of time in the gym. He's a big guy for an outside linebacker. He's got good speed as well. A lot of these guys have been working on their speed. Coach Cheney loves to work on that conditioning with them. Does not want these guys to get tired. We're going to see how that pays off today. In fact, his first 2 practices of the year on a Tuesday and on a Thursday are mat drills. Takes it from UM, where his son, Don Cheney, goes. And it's just straight up conditioning. Obviously not the player's favorite, but it's a lot of conditioning, and it's very important. Taking a look through receivers at the top. Rolling out, it's number 1, a wide receiver. He's not a QB. Don't get mixed up. He was never going to pass that ball. A loss of 7 yards. Who did that man think he was? Trying to juke out everybody there. A good job, Davion Dixon, along with a lot of other players there. I mean, there was a lot of players that made that play. Pretty much everybody on the D-line or the left side of the defense made that. And good coverage downfield. Obviously, this was a receiver. He was never going to throw the ball. He was going to hold on to it. But if he decided to throw the ball, the defense hat was on him. Doing a good job on the receivers. And they're keeping in number 1. A bit of a wildcat formation here. You've got 4 receivers. 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Oh, and we're changing out a center. And lining up as quarterback is now number 4. Number 1, who's been playing a lot of receiver, has gone in. Oh, and it's going to be a punt. Looking at a 4th down. Perez fields it. Had to run up for it. Good job holding on to it. Perez, I can remember him muffing a couple punts last year. He's been doing a good job this game. He's had sure hands, and you bet he's been working on that over the offseason. We'll be back in a moment. Two receivers, and it looks like number 44 jumped. Let's see if they call that. Oh, they called a timeout. Sneaky timeout there. Save number 44 right there from getting yelled at. He's probably going to get yelled at anyway, but the Wolverines will be back. Sticking with the same formation that they had before the South Dade timeout. South Dade did take out number 44. And, oh, a nice little stiff arm by Rubio. threw the man to the ground who just grabbed his ankles there. Saved himself from some embarrassment. We haven't seen a lot of Rubio today. We saw a lot of him throughout the season. He was working a lot on the track this year. Ran a lot of the 200 and the 100. Sprinter like Wallace. He was on the 4x1 team and the 4x2 team. He's got wheels. He's got a lot of explosion, and he knows the sport well. We'd love to see Rubio get the ball more. Of course, he's very shifty. Another 2 receiver set. Giving it off here, that goes nowhere. Gain of 1. Offensive lineman just not able to make their blocks as expected. Can't tell who that was with the carry. And we have another receiver on the field. It looks like a new receiver who has not gotten a lot of playing time. I think that's 85, Tyler James. Or 82. We don't have on the number sheet here. On his opposite side is Zach Sunderland, a familiar face. I think that is TJ on the top of the screen. And oh, throwing it short to number 45, Darian Torres, who the last pass to him in this game was behind him and incomplete. But we'll go back 82. We actually don't have an 82 on our sheet here, but judging by the way he's running, I think that's Tyler James, the sophomore. Does a lot of work on 7-on-7. Plays for the Ball Hawks. He's going to tournaments all the time, it feels like. Almost every other weekend sometimes. Plays with Gabriel Fraga over there. Actually a QB that you'll see hopefully later today. We actually have not seen the other 2 QBs. Mitch Musi, Gabe Fraga. We'll see who is the backup, who is the 3rd string. And the punt is up. And that'll fall on the 30, fielded there. Obviously, you can't take it back. And a timeout, it's a water break. We'll have 1st and 10 in a moment. Back onto the field here is the Wolverines defense. Number 5 back at QB. We've seen a lot of him since that early injury. And a helmet lost, a short run. That's Andres Rionda who lost his helmet. It's number 55 who took it up the middle. Sorry, it was not 55. That was number 33 who took it up the middle. Big man has gotten a lot of carries. Of course, the player to worry about here on offense, he's gotten most of the yards. And they're going to start the play clock running. We have 3:45 left in the 3rd. A quick-moving 3rd quarter. 2 receivers on the bottom of your screen here. 2 men in the backfield. Rolling out is number 5. Got pressure from number 10. Jarvis Johnson. Oh, my goodness. And it was an incomplete pass, but everybody's looking at the backfield. That quarterback got hit hard. Jarvis Johnson, who had a lot of sacks last year. I think well over 10, if I remember correctly. I mean, really impressive. He had 12 sacks. Gavin Marcelin had 13.5. Davion Dixon had 7.5. So those are a lot of sacks between those 3 guys that we were talking about earlier. But Jarvis Johnson just dropped that QB. 2 receivers on the bottom. One looked like it jumped early. And that ball going back. It's going to be marked as an incomplete. It was batted down. by, was that Gavinch Marcelin? Gavinch Marcelin batted down. Good play. He's all over the backfield. Both him and Jarvis Johnson. A great duo in the backfield. A great duo on the D-line, always finding their way into the backfield. And Marcelin will find his way to the sideline. And it looks like they're going with a 3-0, four-man rush. That's number 92 coming in, taking his spot. Xavier Adgamasia. Played on JV last year. He's a skinny guy, but he's got a lot of speed. He got around guys quickly. As the punt here, we are on 4th down. We'd love to see him this year. He has speed. He got around these guys real quick. 1st and 10, Belen. Around about the 30. We'll see what the offense brings out. First down here. It's a run play. That is Bo Humphrey. 5 yards on the play. Deshaun Humphrey, Bo. He's got a lot of speed. He's a big guy. He's taking it right up the middle. And the new offensive coordinator, taking the place of Coach Potts, who's now a head coach at West Boca High, if I'm correct, was the offensive line coach last year and still is the offensive line coach, working with the offensive line. So, of course, you're going to expect to see a lot of run plays as we do here. Bo to the outside. Good block. And he gets all the way past the 50. That was Nico Vieto on the outside with a block holding off the corner. Let's check the replay here. It looks like we have a bit of hurry-up offense. Oh. So right after this replay, they're going to be ready to snap the ball. Does Nico Vieto with a good block on number 21. They're actually going to make their way into a huddle. Now out of the huddle. Perez on the top of your screen as one receiver. Vieto on the bottom of your screen as the other. 2 backs in the backfield. Handoff is to Torres. Man, he got swallowed. Now, you're going to look, number 33 and 11, 33, that is familiar, as he's also playing on offense. He's the running back, so a D lineman and a running back. How about that? How often do you see that combination? They've actually got a good D-line themselves. Forgetting his number off the top of my head, but a lot of players told me to worry about number 11, a big guy who's had a lot of pressure in the backfield today. Making their way, it's Bo. Now he's met behind by 33 and 27. 27, the linebacker, but 33 has just been imposing his will on this whole Belen team. On offense and on defense. This man will not get a break. Torres making his way to the sideline. We're going to have 2 receivers on the short side. 1 receiver on the far side. That's Vieto on the far side. 1 running back in the backfield. That's Rubio. He's sitting to block. They're going to give it to Felix. Or it was supposed to be a quick out to Jason Felix. So I want to take a quick look at the replay here. I think that was an out slant combination. And it was just a bit over. They practiced that a lot during practice. That's how they open up. They draw that up a lot. It's a very safe play for them. It doesn't work out there. We're on 4th down now. Ready to punt. Noah Zumpano had a lot more field time than the coaches would want. A speedy punter for that manner. Also runs track, 400 and 200. Runs a nice little 53.
25-yard line, 1st and 10, South Dade.
1st and 10 for South Dade on the 30. With 51 seconds to go in the third. Four receivers out on the field, 2 on each side. We're going to have a wheel route under, but they're going to throw it over on the skinny post to number 10. Wallace was following him.
Incomplete, 2nd down and 10.
It's going to fall incomplete. It's going to be 2nd down and 10. The skinny post got by Wallace. Was a good play. Actually, last year during spring, a post got by Jansen Wallace as well. Granted, that was a year ago when he was in 9th grade. But he got by, and he actually dropped the wide open play, the receiver. So the posts seem to be getting him. Short little curls from all the receivers. They give it to number 3, who gets by Victor Torres, making his way down the sideline. Gets to the 47. They're going to mark him on the 50. Harsh marking. That was Victor Torres who missed the tackle. He's missed a couple this game. Now, it's this spring. You just want to see what your players can do. Victor Torres now going to make his way to the sideline. And they're going to have curls there. Oh, my goodness, what a hit. That was Stefan. What a hit. I mean, this man goes up, just jumps up a little to make the play. We're going to check the instant replay here. Look, he's giving about 8-9 yards of cushion. And he stops. He just makes the good job. He did not drop back. He sat there. And seeing how he didn't drop back, he's got to give a lot less cushion because he's got good speed. These guys are not going to outrun him. Does a good job sitting, waiting, reads the curl, jumps up, makes a good tackle. One receiver near the bottom. That's Stefan now guarding him. That's number 1. That's been their go-to guy. 3 on the top. They're going to step back to pass. They're looking for him. He gets by Stefan. And oh, a breakup, but it goes over his head, and he almost caught it. Almost spun around a 180 and made the catch. Let's check this replay here. So Stefan gives about 10 yards of cushion this time. He launches it deep, gets his hand up, and it bounces off the receiver's hands. That'll be the end of the 3rd quarter as we're heading into the 4th quarter. But what a way to end it, a deep shot. Remember, it's only a 1-score game. I mean, South Dade is 1 touchdown away from tying this game. A low-scoring game, as many were last season, but a good play by Stefan Morero. He got beat, went up and made the play. We're flipping the field here. South Dade will have it on the 47-yard line. Stepping up in the pocket, looking, throwing deep, wide open all by himself. And a blown coverage there. That was number 10. And Omar Ortega is talking with Jansen Wallace and AJ Balsera. Who was that? Who messed up there?
4th and 7 from the 47.
Not able to show you the replay, but somehow got alone. We think that was Stefan's man, possibly. Didn't take a good look at the personnel before the play to know. But good pressure, forced the QB to step up. He got hit from behind and threw it up. Check it here. Short side of the field, 3 receivers. They hand it off. And he's going to pick up 10. And that's going to be 11, 12-yard gain. In the fourth quarter here, each team will only have a couple possessions left in the game. Every possession counts. And that was number 3 with the carry. But South Dade really needs to get points here on this possession. Oh, he lost the ball. He lost the ball. Who's got it? The ref signal at Wolverines ball. The Wolverines have it. Was that Rionda on it again? 2 times in one game? Let's take a look at this. I think that was Rionda. He lost it. The ball loose. Rionda hopped on it. So a bad exchange. 2 identical plays. Bad exchanges between the running back and the quarterback. Results in fumbles. And Andres Rionda, how about his game? We've been talking a lot about the other 3 guys on the defensive line. He might be making a case to be a permanent starter here. Back out on offense. We've got a new quarterback, ladies and gentlemen. Fourth quarter, Miades' time might be done unless if South Dade scores again. That is Gabe Fraga, started for JV last year. In motion 37. That is Justin. That was Justin Mayadi. Sorry. And the run up the middle, you're going to see a lot of new names here. A lot of guys here that are borderline between JV varsity. Probably started on JV last year, trying to find their way onto the varsity roster this year. Fraga wants to make a case to be the varsity backup, maybe even the varsity starting quarterback. Let's see what he does. Got the other receivers, number 85, possibly. And the handoff to Rocco Branger. That's 88, player that we also don't have on this sheet. That was a run for 3 yards. Number 20, Christian Soto. Now we have Rocco Branger out on the field. Last year it was JV on as a running back with Bryce Fitzgerald, who also played some wide receiver, found his way onto the varsity squad for the last game of the year. Fraga, the handoff. Right up the middle, it's Rocco picking up 6-7 yards. Rocco didn't see blocking like this last year on JV. He's got good speed, making his way up the middle. Can't tell who number 88 is. The receiver. We're going to try to figure that out. That is quite a mystery right now. They're going for it. It's 4th down. We're going to have a timeout. They're going to reconsider this decision. We're going tight here. It's a sneak up the middle. It's Fraga taking it. We're going to get a first down here. The Wolverines pick up their first down. Sorry, that is Miatis now in at quarterback. No, that is Fraga. That is still Fraga. Fraga staying at quarterback. Changing out the receivers and the running backs here. This during the fourth quarter is we're going to see a lot of the JV guys cycled in, especially in the receivers and the defensive back positions. Fraga, a handoff to Rocco, taking it up. Now you imagine a lot of the players that are going to be getting the ball are the running backs. Don't want to risk an interception. Sean James making his way out into the field. He will be a 9th grader next year. And 37 making his way off. That's Justin again, who's seen some good playing time. He'll be a 10th grader next year. James on the far side of the field, his brother, TJ James, will be an 11th grader next year. And we're going to hold up a timeout, a quick stoppage. We'll be back in a moment. Fraga still in SQB. It's the counter run. Rocco right up the middle. Sorry, that is Soto right up the middle. Currently a sophomore. We talked about his speed and his size. A good run. He's going to pick up the first down, moving the chains. And ironically, take the starters out. And the Wolverines are moving the ball better than they have almost all game. Fraga, another handoff. That's Soto again, who spins off a tackle, makes his way inside the 15. The starters are loving this. Christian Soto, what a game. He's had a great couple runs. There, he just shot right up the middle. You saw the speed. Shot like he was like a rocket there. Taking a look here, South Dade's players running off the field. That should be 12 men on the field. The flag will not come out. Not sure how the refs missed that. Making it to the outside. Soto is going to get tackled early on the 10 as the players are chanting for Bo to get on the field. Rocco will make his way into running back. Two receivers, one on each side. It's the handoff to Rocco. Rocco up the middle. Rocco, it's a missed tackle by somebody and allows Rocco to get inside the 5. To the 4-yard line to be exact, as Bo makes his way in. Rocco makes his way out, cycling out these running backs. Soto, Rocco, and now Bo. We're on a 3rd down, 3rd and inches. Possibly a QB sneak here. Fraga, yes, it's going to be a QB sneak. Fraga down to the 3. And Bo helped out with a push, doing a good job there. Don't be mistaken, that is not Miatis. That is Gabe Fraga. We're halfway through the quarter now, and Gabe Fraga the second of 4 quarterbacks on this roster that can play, has gone in. Fraga, you'd imagine he's going to finish this possession. He hands it off. It's going to be a touchdown for the Wolverines. Right up the middle, it's Rocco. The freshman scores a touchdown. His first varsity touchdown. Didn't play a single game with varsity last year. Let's check this replay. Goes right up the middle, some great blocks. Number 81 making one of those blocks. That's Sixto, one of the tight ends. And going in to hit the extra point, number 40, Noah Zumbano. Getting his chance at an extra point. Way ahead the last one. Zumbano gets this one, and he makes this one. Of course, we lost our kicker from last year, senior Alejo Pateta, if I'm not mistaken, who had a great year. He was a great kicker. Hit a couple of long field goals. But now we've got a bit of kicker questioning. Who are we to have next year? Boy and Zumbano, one of those two is going to be an answer. We'll be back in a moment. South Dade now with the ball. Remember, there is no kickoff. Diving forward to the 30 is a new player. That's number 12. We haven't seen much of him this game, and a lot of new players you're going to see here. We have 5:50 left. A lot of players that you have not seen before. You're going to see now from both sides of the field. Short corner is Michael Delgado, number 26, a long snapper, now playing corner, and that run is going to go almost nowhere. So we'll look at a third down, 3rd and 5. Jake Camejo making the play. Camejo will be a senior next year. The handoff now. And that will lose a yard. Heading into 4th down, these teams are playing conservative. You've got young QBs. You've got young players all around. Probably don't have the surest hands. Last thing you want is your QB to overthrow it, land in a defensive back's hands, and he takes it back for 10 yards, and all of a sudden the other team is in plus territory. South Dade trying to avoid that, but if they want to win this game, they've got to start taking some shots, which at this point seems like a lost hope. Doesn't look like they're going for that. 4th down. They're not expecting to punt. We're not expecting them to punt. And some of the fans calling out that it's a punt. And the punt is up. Just nobody to field it. That'll be number 32 over there to go field it. Andrew Baracol fields the punt on the 40. We'll be back in a moment. Offense back out on the field here. Fraga gets the snap. He hands it off. That's Amari Irving, number 25, who takes it falling forward ahead of the 40. Amari Irving, the safety. Next year, he'll be an 8th grader. He's spending his time now on varsity. I've heard many compare him to Don Chaney, the future of this program. An outstanding player last year on middle school football. Had a good game in the one he played with JV. Are they willing to move him up to varsity already? They give it to him again. He's making some moves. Doesn't get much anywhere, though. Picks up 2-3 yards. Fraga giving the handoff. Seeing a lot of new faces here. A lot of receivers are rotating in. Number 80, Sean James, one of those receivers. Just going to be a 9th grader next year. A lot of these guys you will not see on varsity next year. Number 21, Andrew Hernandez, self-proclaimed soccer player. Now trying out football. The handoff to the fullback. And it looks like they lost the ball. They're going to mark it down. Let's see what happened here. Number 47 with the carry, Jack Balsera, playing the fullback position. He lost it. That looks like a clear fumble. They're going to give the ball, though, to the Wolverines. Lucked out a bit there. Balsera looks like he took a shot to the gut there. Number 21 in motion to the other side. Fraga trips on his way out. He throws it desperately to Darian Torres as there was a good rush. It was just able to stop that. We're looking at 4th down, 2 minutes and 18 seconds to go. We'll be back in a moment. As we come back, we see some of these new guys don't know their right places. This looks to be the backup punting unit. So people don't know who's on, who's not. We still have the same punter, though. Noah Zumbano lined up at the 50. And Stefan Borrero, who just put his helmet on. And we're going to have a flag, likely to delay the game. It will be a delay of game. So we're going to need to move back 5 yards. So the first possession for Fraga and his offense, successful, scoring a touchdown. Second possession, not so much. End up in plus territory, but not able to get any points on the board. The punt will land to the 10. South Dade will take it in a couple minutes on the 9-yard line. Heading back out. 2 receivers on the top, 1 on the bottom. And the quarterback is taking it. He's running outside, gives it to number 12, who puts a move on number 24 and another move on someone else. He's going downfield. He's on the 40. He's still going. He has not been tackled. Down to the 25. A disastrous play for the Wolverines. And he looked like a pro doing that. Swerving as he juked out Adrian Hernandez, the current junior. And number 22, Adrian Mueller. A couple of guys missing tackles there. Cheney bringing in Luis Gonzalez. And number 43, Adrian Padilla. 42 and 43 checking in. We got 1:38 left. An incredible run from South Dade, number 12, who has had a couple runs, shown some flashes for their team. I mean, a great play for them, not us. A lot of missed tackles. 17 rolling out. Oh my goodness, a big hit. Victor Torres, and the sideline has blown up. They give it back to number 12, and this time he's flat on the ground. Let's see if we can get a replay on that. You just caught it there. Victor Torres was kind of lurking, saw it coming, and a bad job by the QB, who saw Victor Torres in the background. He had to have seen him, and just put his receiver in a bad position as he's out of the play now. 35 seconds left in the game. Second down, and a flag flies in. And it's going to be an illegal motion on the offense. The team is still calming down from that hit. 30 seconds left on the 25. Does South Dade take a shot at the end zone? Clock running. 20 seconds left in the game. Can they even get a playoff? Holding. He's throwing towards the end zone. There's going to be a holding flag there. Pass interference, 24. Adrian Hernandez. He got to the outside of Adrian. We're going to show you this replay real quickly. He gets to the outside, and he just has to hold him. Now, obviously not a good play, but the smart decision in holding rather than giving up the touchdown. But the ball did look underthrown. I'm not even sure if it would have caught him, if it would have made it all the way to him. We now have 8.5 seconds left. Time for one play, maybe two. South Dade has really good clock management. Two backs in the backfield. They got three receivers, all going to the end zone. And that's going to be a fumble. We think a live ball. They're going to mark it incomplete now. And that's going to end the game. Quarterback hit, throws it incomplete. The story of the game, Belen Jesuit takes the game 14-0. A great showing for the Wolverines. And I think Cheney saw a lot of what he wanted to see from these guys. From WBLN, I'm Javier Hernandez.